Hello, Charlie. A little bird told me you were interested in a nerd off, and who am I to pass something like that up? It will be alright. Let me begin by saying I'm not the traditional math, science, computer nerd, but there's lots of overlap there. I'm a hardcore music nerd, and this is the beginnings of my score library, which I have more of, but I'm slowly building. And sometimes I practice conducting to them with one of my two batons. This one is really the only good one, and the process of choosing it was something like the wand choosing ceremony in Harry Potter, which of course made me geek out. There wasn't any magic or music floating in the air, but it was definitely like, this is the shape that the baton is, and when you put your hand on it, if it fits, the baton has chosen you. Before I started YouTube, and before it was even invented, I was learning French, and so I got some pen pals in France that I talked to, and I guess that was really the beginning of this communication on the internet for me. And speaking of which, I tested into French 300 in my freshman year of university. We got several books to read, and a lot of them were on existentialism, and I was actually quite interested in it, so I kept them in the hopes that I would actually read them someday, other than just the excerpts that we read in class. And I kind of still have to get around to that because, like, I'm just a crazy busy person, but one day I will read existential literature in French. I'm also trying to learn German at the present when I have the time as well, and I like buying literature in the languages that I'm learning so I can see it in practical use, and of course the first book that I bought in German was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which I also have in French. I'm also an Eagle Scout, which is the highest rank in the Boy Scouts of America, and the nerdiest thing that's ever happened to me was that one time in band camp, if it's not nerdy enough that the story is starting like that, someone asked me what time it was, and I didn't have a watch on, so I literally just looked up at the sun and said, I'd guess it's somewhere between 10:30 and 10:45. It was 10:36. When it comes to video games, I'm way more of a Maxis fan, but my crowning glory was when I played the Myst series. See this? See this? Is that you? Bring me the blue pages. Anybody who gets that reference is okay in my book. But anyway, I played Myst 1 through 3 and I finished number 2 and 3 with very little internet help. In fact, I only used it for one puzzle in Myst 2, and Myst 3 I played all by myself with no internet help, which, trust me, is an accomplishment in that series. This haircut that I have here, yeah, I actually took a picture of David Tennant as the doctor to the hairdresser. That was a fun experience. You want to talk about instruments that you know how to play? Well, I'm kind of a music ed major, so it's part of my duty to learn to play lots of different instruments. So I'm majoring on clarinet, and my specialty on clarinet is actually bass clarinet, and then I had to learn piano, and then in my tech classes I had to learn violin, viola, cello, contrabass, oboe, flute, saxophone, bassoon, trumpet, French horn, trombone, euphonium, tuba, all the orchestral percussion instruments, and then on the side I've learned ukulele, guitar, accordion, didgeridoo, recorder. We've got a practice bagpipe at my house. I could probably go on for a lot longer, but suffice it to say that I know a lot of instruments. So I don't know exactly how I fared in this competition, but I really just wanted to celebrate nerdiness with you, because let's face it, we nerds need to stick together. Nerd fighter! Hooah!
And the nominees for Best Jump Cuts in a Video are The Vlog Brothers, I Talk to Snakes, Laura Does the Astro, Fizzy Lyman, and RoboFilet. And the award goes to Fizzy Lyman! Thanks, Steve and Lymanshire.